here it is. We're live.
And a point and goodies to all of you Ramble Maniacs and all of you BC aliens out there, for it does go a little something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Ramble Mania Show proudly brings to you your former 14-time Ramble Mania heavyweight champion, your former inaugural heavyweight and tag team champion, your then now forever Ramble Mania hardcore champion. I'm your villainous live man, the patriarchy of the Ramble Mania Show. I'm Hazel, the iZombie. Join along with me, as always.
It is I, your former 16-time Ramblemania champion of all thine cosmos, one half, the greatest Ramblemania tag team champions of all the times, TJ the Great. TJ the Great.
And this is our WWE Survivor Series War Games 2024 live review here on the Ramblemania Show. We're going to ramble and critique the 5 matches that took place on this show, which was at Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, in the Rogers Arena with an attendance of 17,828. 2 War Games matches, one for the men, one for the women. We had 3 singles titles on the line as well. With that being said, we're just going to jump right straight to it and just get underway with the entire show. So, submitted to the approval of the Ramblemania Show, this is the tale of Roman Reigns still not getting his Ula Fala back.
He ain't get that shit back. I ain't even nigga, you won. All right. Damn.
And that's the end of the show. Good night, everyone.
How he ain't get that shit back? What the all right. That's crazy. Roman.
I know.
What are you doing?
You're so great. Because the funny thing is, I just finished watching the whole event like 2 hours ago. And I told myself, because wait, we just saw this whole thing on Saturday. And you mean to tell me that we did not bitch about how this man did not get the Ula Fala from this fucking idiot?
Oh, watch. I didn't even think of that shit. But yeah, like, no, of the times I've seen Roman, that's been the main shit he's been talking about. I want my shit back. And Solo's like, I'm the man because I got the shit. So, like, if that's the rules, get the shit back, Roman. Again, it's because it's for plot purposes. Solo gotta have this shit so he can stay the tribal chief. If he loses, he can't be the tribal chief anymore. That's the lore.
I don't know. When we get to this match, Son tells me there's gonna be more than explaining. There's gonna be a lot of explaining to do with this match. All right, so we start off the show officially with the women's War Games match. That being team number 1 of Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, who is still holding on to her women's tag team championship for some reason, Naomi, Io Sky, and replacing Jade after she just took a hilarious looking bump like
Family Guy style.
Yeah, Bailey took her place, and they take on the team of Raquel Rodriguez, Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae, Nia Jackson, some blonde girl. This was 38 minutes and 15 seconds. All right, TJ, let's commence the ramble.
All right. Yoshi says Roman doesn't need the red hot chili pepper necklace. I guess he doesn't.
So does he dream of Californication?
That's real shit. Shout out Young Wolf as well. Our former Ramblemania champion. New champion is 6. Thanks to the man we'll be talking about in the main event. He's somewhere over there.
The man that beat Okada but got injured.
Yes, unfortunately. Yes. Women's War Games match. You know, it's funny. I really don't be paying attention to many wrestling reviews out there anymore. And I know this because once I looked online a little bit before I went on here, I saw that people did not like this match and liked the men's one way more. And I'm sitting here like, well, I like this one more. I like this match more than the men's War Games match. And I thought both were decent, but the beginning was rough. I will say that. And that's partially because, like, I don't know, was Nia gassed or something? She was out here throwing them Hulk Hogan level chair shots.
Yeah, I saw that. You know, the crazy thing is, like, once Candice went in there, everything went to shit. And once again, it's back to the whole like, oh, Bailey and Nia don't really have that good chemistry. So why did they start first?
Yeah, you started with Bailey and Nia, which, you know, is diminishing returns at this point from the matches I've seen from them. Then you would think Candice coming in would because it's Candice, veteran, and also Bailey, veteran. You would think the veterans could get shit in order. And Naomi comes in, another veteran, you can get shit in order. And shit just kind of was weird for a while. Then we had Tiffy and them come in. The second half of this match is, I feel like, where shit started picking up. Crowd was hyped for Tiffy. Bianca came in. Then you had like once Io came in, I feel like that's where the match picked up. Because, like, truth be told, when it comes to WWE War Games, I feel like Io's the fucking straight MVP of this shit. Every year, I feel like the most memorable performer and the best performer in every WWE War Games match I've ever seen, even going back to the NXT days. Well, maybe not the NXT days because the Undisputed Era ones were really good, but amongst those, it's Io. Io always kills it in this match, and they know that because they always put her in this match. But yeah, she again was the star of this shit. And even though, you know, I thought it was a little bit goofy that they had to paint the trash can to color code it and show you this is Io's big spot. You know what time it is. It's time for her to do the big thing with the trash can. It's like, yes, we get it. Just let her do it. Just let her get the regular trash can and do it. But whatever. That's something with WWE that I guess I have to learn to accept. Then that is a part of the presentation. So fair enough. All that pops off. And then they just sort of Raquel gets excuse me. Raquel gets cuffed in the rope so that she can't save poor Liv, and Rhea finally gets her revenge. People were bitching. Yeah, that was one of the other things I saw. People were bitching that Rhea looked too strong. Like she got, because they basically jumped Rhea with a bat and shit, and she still came back. And it's like, have you motherfuckers ever seen John Cena, Hulk Hogan? What the fuck? Like, John Cena got DDT'd on the floor, kind of concrete floor, and came back and then won the fucking match. Like, this is fine. Whatever.
When have you ever seen anybody in wrestling win with a baseball bat? When?
Sting, but that's it. That's why the bat is his weapon. He's the only one.
I don't know,
you
man.
got Sting, you don't win with the bat.
For me, it's like if people were complaining that Rhea looked too strong, it's like, hello. The only reason why they're doing that is because guess who still needs to face Liv for that title that's not named Io.
And as a nigga who doesn't watch this show, I picked up pretty quick that the idea here was this is Rhea's revenge. Fucking Liv has been bullshitting. She stole her man and stole her title, been fucking around with her for months. And this is Rhea finally getting her hands on her and killing her. And the crowd popped and she won. And there you go. Overall, to say, I give it a 3.5, a good and a half. I liked it.
All right, so I'm going into this shit with fresh eyes because I have not been watching the Royal Wrestling Federation since my son's been born.
What up,
so I really didn't know what was going on, but technically I did because I take the time to watch some of these clips on YouTube instead of actually watching the 2-hour shit because I need to remind people that, hey, 2 hours may be great, but it's going back to 3 next year, so enjoy it while you can. So I look at this and I tell myself, this is just so stupid. And I need to tell you that both men's and women's War Games builds were so fucking stupid. Damn. Oh, 2 women faced each other in Saudi for a belt that they're never going to hold, but they have a ring. Oh, might as well put them together for War Games. What the fuck? What is that? What kind of logical sense does that make? Oh, this is what happens the following week after fucking Crown Jewel. Oh, hey, Liv. Well, you and I may have faced each other, but you and I don't have any beef. You and I don't have any enemies. So how about you and I team up for War Games? What? Yeah, okay, I like, and then it's back to the whole, fucking Io Sky and Kyrie were beefing with Bianca and Jade. Guess what? They got to be friends now too because fuck it, nobody has any build going into War Games. Shit. And that was like the biggest negative is the fact that they just said, yo, fuck all the beefs that you guys had. Just be friends for this one occasion. If y'all wanted to do that, just do brand supremacy for fuck's sake. Or maybe this just should have never been a War Games at all. You know, it's called Survivor Series. What did they first originally do before they introduced a chamber and a War Games match that they stole from the NWA? They had traditional 5-on-5 elimination style tag matches. You could have done that here for the women. You know who could have benefited off of having a War Games other than the men and the women? And that's another thing. We got to stop relying on men and women have to have War Games matches because people need to be fair. People need to be equal. Look, it'll be equal if it's good. But if it's garbage, maybe it's a sign for you to start telling yourself, maybe we shouldn't be doing so many of these War Games matches if they're all not going to deliver.
I don't disagree with you.
5-on-5 elimination could have been fine. At least keep the tradition of this goddamn PLE alive. Yeah, we're adding a new stipulation onto the thing. It's been around for about 5-6 fucking years. But here's the thing. Battle of the Sexes does not need to have a fucking steel cage. Again, you know who really could have benefited this off of this War Games concept? The Final Testament and the fucking Wyatts. They could have gotten this way more because there's more of a story going on there than, I was fighting Rhea in Saudi Arabia, or no, I was fighting Liv Morgan in Saudi Arabia. Now I'm teaming up with a dumb blonde bimbo because reasons. Two teams have to team up with another team that they were beefing with for the tag team titles because reasons.
I'm more into the concept of just doing one match. Like, I think one War Games match would be ideal, but
But then it's like we get to the match, and it's I think once everyone was in, everybody picked up and everybody did what they needed to do. Everybody was just sloppy. Mind you that the handcuff spot was probably the stupidest spot ever.
It was pretty silly.
Because here you have Raquel. I'm not even talking about she has all the strength in the world to just yoink. No, motherfuckers are doing moves like literally right next to her, and she's not doing a goddamn thing about it. She's not fighting back. She's not countering. She's just selling the fact that, I'm stuck to the ropes. I can't move. Fuck.
Yeah, I think that was the issue. Like they cuffed Raquel to the ropes probably for longer than they should have. They should have done that more toward the finish because obviously the idea was she wouldn't be able to save Liv and she had to watch Liv get killed. But she watched thing. 5 minutes, 8 minutes before that come to the ropes.
Where it's like, people were they took forever to get the handcuffs out, and it took forever for them to open it. Okay, you know what would have made it easier if you just weren't filming them for those 2 minutes.
But that's what it is. They're such a set. I mean, I'm gonna talk about it in the men's War Games match. WWE is such a set piece company, and it's like a lot of times they don't really care how they get to their big set piece as long as they get to the set piece. And the toilet seat spot was pretty funny.
Toilet seat in professional wrestling. Yeah. What's hardcore anymore? A toilet seat.
I ain't mad at you. Toilet seat because, again, War Games is WWE War Games matches are party matches.
I think it was just stupid on the fact that who had the toilet seat on their head? Was it Nia? And then who gave her a stink face? And that was just stupid.
Naomi.
For that, you might as well just be so Nia was the rat that swims up your toilet and jumps out while you're taking a poo, whatever. I don't fucking know.
Let me watch.
But Tiffany and Io with the craziness off the top of the cage.
Double dive.
Beautiful. But enough with the cash in bullshit already. Cash in on I'm just saying to myself, just cash in on Liv. Ain't no way in hell you gonna cash in on Nia. You're not gonna win. Okay? There's a David versus Goliath moment there, and it's not gonna be it. Liv Morgan was right there. You dumb blonde. She was
that
right
was the point.
There.
They were both right there. That was such an obvious set piece spot because they fucking position themselves to where they're laying right next to each other, Liv and Nia, so that Tiffy can come right in and be like, well, and then yeah, such an
I
obvious.
find that to be so goofy. Riptide to the table. Match ended. I'll give it a fucking solid good. It was okay for what it was, but we got to stop giving men's and women's war games matches. More importantly, stop doing so many of them. Because
Do one,
goddamn,
and whoever, like, if the men have the better story, they get it. If the women have the better story, they get it. That's how
they
you should
get
do
it.
Yeah, that's how you should do it. Give them one.
Shinsuke Nakamura goes one-on-one with LA Knight. This was for the WWE United States Championship. This was the shortest match on the card with 9 minutes and 45 seconds. Go ahead, TJ, ramble on.
Yeah, yo, this was a weird little sprint that, again, I fucked with more than most people who watched this, because I was again looking online. It was like, yeah, what was this? And I was like people were more focused on the fucking LA Knight boo boo face and the fact that he dropped the title than they were on the match. I was like, man, all right, whatever. He dropped the fucking belt. Who cares? He did a burning hammer. What the fuck was that? Like they were randomly breaking shit out. Shinsuke looked the strongest I've seen him look in a WWE ring in a while. Like the striking, the avalanche scoop slum. Shinsuke was out here looking kind of like a killer. And I guess that was the point because he won. So yeah, it was kind of an interesting little blitz of a match. I guess, someone who I didn't know what to expect from this because, what the hell? But I got a decent little sprint here. So yeah, I'm going to give it a good.
I still saw Nakamura as the same guy that faced Seth Rollins all those months ago. You just left, went to go surf, and then all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, can you be darker?
You want to be Raven?
Yeah, you want to be Raven?
Yeah.
You want to get your hair all scruffed up and wear all this black? You want to be like a Ghost of Tsushima game? Yeah, that type of shit."
Yeah.
My whole thing was, I thought it was just going to be the same old thing with Nakamura. He gets a bit of a push, but then when it's time for the big match that he has, it's like, oh, we're not doing it. Not going to do it. And then he leaves, typical Nakamura fashion. And then another great nitpick was like, why? This man just came back and all of a sudden we're giving him the belt. I was so not ready for that. Like, I have no issues with Shinsuke Nakamura. My thing is, you guys have had him for this long, and this is what we're still doing with him. Like, if it were me, I would have just let him go. I would have just let him go. Because how long does he have to continue this? And how long can this keep going, knowing that it's just going to be the same old shtick all over again?
Well, I think that's the thing. Like he
gets the crappy music. He does the same old movesets. I mean, you can have a different gimmick, but it's also like, can we get him away from the mid-card stuff? Every time that we get him so close to pulling that trigger, WWE just likes to pull the cord and say, nope, you're on a flat line.
Well, I like the theme. I'll say that. I like the theme. But like, I think with Shinsuke, for one, he's definitely closer to the end than the beginning of his career. And like, we've talked about this before. Like, WWE is the perfect place for that. He spent years racking up the bump card and ravaging his body in Japan.
Yeah.
So like, to take it easier in WWE and get paid well for it is a blessing, and he should be able to do that for, I guess, as long as he wants. And if they're going to put him in a prominent position, I guess the thing to do there would be to go with him. Like, they gave him the U.S. title, so now let's see what I'm not gonna watch, but let's see what they do with the reign. See if they give him some prominence with it.
Honestly, you never know. We'd have to see what they're gonna be doing with this reign, because his U.S. title reigns have been kind of mid. They haven't been that special. I mean, he lost the U.S. belt to R-Truth years ago.
Oh damn, that's crazy.
That does say a lot. I mean, this is his third U.S. title reign as well. So it's like, I don't mind him having a title, but it's also like, what are we going to be doing with him now that he is the champion? I hope this is not, we just took the title off Knight just to give it to Nakamura. so that we could jumpstart Knight's push going into the main event spot immediately. Because LA Knight was always a main event guy. We're like, why are we doing that now when we could have done that years ago?
Well, you know the hierarchy. If you're gonna be in the main event, you can't have no damn U.S. title. So if that's the case,
I mean, tell that to Seth Rollins, who won that and the fucking heavyweight on the same night.
Wasn't that when that nigga was losing all the damn time on TV?
No, that was the whole thing with Jon Stewart at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, like 20. Yeah, he was losing all the goddamn time on TV. He would win the pay-per-view matches, but yeah, they booked him like ass.
I'm just saying, like,
worst world championship reigns. Shit, you hate Seth now, man. That's the Seth that deserved the hate.
Nigga, I was so happy that he wasn't on this card.
Yo.
But then I'm watching Raw and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. We still have to deal with this stupid beef between him and Punk.
All right, well.
Yeah, we're now doing it. We're gonna get a. I'm gonna give it a 2.5. It was out of nowhere. It was unexpected, and they just gave a guy the title after he came back, which was so fucking weird. Like, what kind of a weird push are we doing now with Nakamura? And again, this is not gonna hurt LA Knight in the long run. Nothing ever hurts this man. I think honestly, what kind of miffed him was like, do I really have to lose the belts to Nakamura? I was on a run. Like, I'll give you an example. A week before the pay-per-view, they just debuted his new belt with the LA Knight logos on the straps. And then he loses it.
Well, yeah.
So I guess whatever plans they had for Knight had to be scrapped because something else came into play. I don't know. But it was just so weird and bizarre seeing that title change, because I'm going into this thinking, all right, the only thing that might change hands is the Intercontinental Championship, right? Right? But now we get to that triple threat match being Braun Breaker, Sheamus, and Ludwig Kaiser. This was 14 minutes and 25 seconds. Go ahead, TJ Ramble on.
Yes, sir. This is the match of the night.
Definitely.
Absolutely. This was fucking fun. Like, and I actually expected this to be the best match on the show because fucking my boy Sheamus is in there and he's always good for. There was once upon a time in my wrestling fandom where I was not a fan of Sheamus. Boy, has that changed, because this dude is, again, I think I've said it before, the guaranteed. Him and Gunther are like the guarantees. When you watch a WWE show, you know you're gonna get a good fucking match. No matter who you throw them in there with, like, those boys just get in there and work. And that's what this was. Like, Sheamus being a big brute doing his thing. Braun Breaker is a fucking, he is his uncle. He is his uncle and his dad, but in a super athlete sort of way. Like, he's Scotty with all like the superpowers before the roids, though. Like, he's like early 90s. He's like early 90s Scotty, and like with late 90s Scotty's like mannerisms, but the way he moves is like early 90s Scotty. He be moving in there. Like, the fucking flying spear he did was insane. That shit was
nuts.
He just throws his body when he does shit. And that shit is like, that's the perfect type of wrestler that he should be for that size level. Like, it's perfect. And Ludwig, fucking my boy Marcel Bartel, getting to be a little perfect shit heel in this match. He was perfect in this match. Like, the way he would like taunt and tease the crowd and shit. Like, I'm actually really happy for him that he got to this position and got to put on a really good match like this. So yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. Again, match of the night, always to be expected from Sheamus. Braun Breaker, who I fucking said from when he was on that godforsaken NXT 2.0, like, get this dude the fuck out of here and put him on Raw and SmackDown right now. Because he's ready. Let him do his thing. And he's up here doing his thing from the looks of it. Shit. I know you call him Board Breaker, Young Wolf, but I only see the boy once a month, and he cooking. So
we were saying that for years.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this the highest of goods. Match of the night.
We've been saying for years since I was watching that bullshit ass NXT 2.0 that this kid should get the hell out of the developmental. This man is absolutely TV fucking ready. Problem is, they just wanted to keep feeding him all these other bodies in NXT. It's like, oh no, man. Now, once he won back the title from Jey Uso, I'm like, yes, we can now do the right thing here and make this man look like a fucking monster. And he's been doing that week by week. My biggest issue with how they were doing it is they would make his matches on weekly TV look so fucking white hot to the point where somebody's interfering and there's going to be a disqualification just to fuck it all up. And I hate that. I hate that shit so much. Like, can we just get a clean victory? Like, Sheamus would not get hurt from this if he lost to Braun Breaker clean. Ludwig Kaiser would not get hurt from this if he won clean. If Sheamus didn't interfere and he beat Braun Breaker in a non-title match. The other way around. I was hating those types of scenarios because the matches were so action-packed and they were so great. Those were probably the only matches that I was actually interested within the 2 hours of Raw. And then all of a sudden, disqualification. You know, it's fun when you do it once, but when you do it multiple times within a week, that becomes a fucking problem. And then basically, to solve all of this, it's like, all right, we're just going to throw all three of you in the middle of the ring and you guys will wrestle. And it was fucking great. I mean, talk about your triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. They have never, ever, ever let me down. The one with Sheamus, Gunther, and Drew at Mania 39. That one didn't let me down. And then this one we got here. I'm like, oh shit. This is great. So stop me if you heard this. Two big guys go after a little guy in the match and they just beat the shit out of him. It's your typical shit that Marcel had to be the one to take most of the beating here. And don't get me wrong, everybody was fighting stiff. I was so afraid for Braun Breaker when he was about to do that fucking mad.
Oh no. God damn it. Did he freeze again? Oh no. All right, we're gonna I'm pretty sure he was talking about the mallet that Kaiser ended up using. Sheamus took. But we'll see if Hazel can come back and finish expounding on that point. God damn it.
All right. Sorry. All right. Fucking internet is busted and shit. Sorry about that. But yeah, Braun, I was so scared for Braun to just run around the ring.
God damn it. All right, it happened again. What do we do here? What do we do here? I wonder. Bloody hell.
All okay, I'm just going to apologize to everyone in advance. My shit is acting stupid right now.
My brain was coming. What are we doing? I was about to play.
Yeah, I thought Braun was going to basically spear himself onto that announce table because his fucking speed is off the fucking charts. And when he did it on Monday, I'm like, yo, how are you still able to stand? How are you able to walk? Like, your intestines are all over the place. Shit. But yo, all three of these men put on one hell of a performance. I think literally this is the one time out of the whole entire show where the crowd was actually wide awake and was excited for a mid-card championship match to take place here. Very great. Very fun. And it was fucking hard-hitting. It was very stiff. Very stiff indeed. Especially for Sheamus. He took a bunch of shots with that shillelagh for real, the head, the back. It was painful. It was absolutely painful. And it was punishing too, because Marcel Barthel literally took most of that punishment from Braun and from Sheamus. But again, it's back to the whole we're still having Sheamus chase after the one belt that has eluded him all these years. It's like if he wins that belt, he could retire and not have to defend it. He just has to win it in order for him to be like, all right, I did it. I'm done. I go away, fella. 4.5. This is definitely the match of the night. Gunther defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Damian Priest. This ended via submission. This was 19 minutes and 20 seconds. Go ahead, CJ, ramble on.
Yeah, so when these guys wrestled at SummerSlam, it was pretty much the best match on that show, definitely. And I was, looking at this, hoping that it could maybe hit those heights. And it didn't quite hit those heights, but I did think this was a pretty good match that had a little bit of a different focus. Because is Priest actually injured, or did they just do that for the match, his shoulder? They worked that. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, because they worked the shoulder a ton in this match. That was the main focus of Gunther. So it kind of the Finn interference didn't make me mad, but I was kind of confused because we hadn't even talked about it on stream. Like, wait, I thought this was over. I thought they beefed already and it was done. This is still happening. So yeah, that kind of threw me off the whole thing, and it does kind of put a wheel spinning in place sort of feeling on the whole thing, which muddies it down a little bit. But before that point, I thought they had a solid, focused match that was different from their SummerSlam match in a positive way. So I give it a solid goods.
This was not like their SummerSlam match.
No.
This was not it at all. And I was watching some of the clips for going into their build. Yo, this man is not the same person anymore. He's not Gunther. He's not Walter. When I say make this man vulnerable, I didn't say too fucking vulnerable. Because now he's starting to look stupid in all his matches. And I'm like, wait a minute. Now we're going opposite of what we were doing before with Gunther. You know what it is? Ever since they gave him that world title, he has been pretty much looked stale. It's not like how he had the Intercontinental Championship run. Because look at who he's mostly been facing. He faced Randy Orton for the title. So what? Because they were in his so-called hometown, but he's from Austria. He's been feuding with Priest. He's been feuding with who else did he have a match with? I don't know. Because they didn't really have a lot for him to do. And when they did, it's they'll give him a regular match for him to face someone and whatnot. It's more than like he's been doing these backstage segments, and every time he sees Priest, it's Priest that's usually getting the upper hand. Like, we restarted this angle, and it's Priest that's getting the upper hand on Gunther on the mic. It's Priest that's getting this nigga all shook up. It's Priest that's letting Gunther freeze on camera because now he's got him in his own little Jedi mind trick. But all of that doesn't, mean anything if you can't even fucking beat him, due to the fact that we still had to deal with the same bullshit. You still not finished your rivalry with Finn, which is ridiculous because they just said, oh, we're going to take a month away from this because we want to get him back into a title picture. But then when Finn comes out and does his thing, we want to remind people we didn't finish this yet. We just started and stopped it. Now we're going back to it. That's stupid. That is genuinely stupid, and you should never be doing that. If the rivalry is done, let it be done. Or wait 6 months to bring it back. Don't bring it back immediately because, guys had to go through this. Or Finn's the tag team champion, and he has his own angles to deal with. Don't do the fucking angle then. Let it the fuck go. But no, we had to bring it back because reasons. Oh, they beat fucking Viking Raiders for the Raw tag team titles. Now they don't have any tag teams to face them. I don't understand why we need to go back to Finn and Priest facing each other. Why do people think we need this? Why does WWE really think we need this rivalry? When there's a lot of other rivalries right now that are way more interesting, 10 times more better, and will probably deliver a better match than Damian Priest and Finn fucking Balor. Not saying that their match would suck, but do we really need to see it? Do we really want to see it?
The whole story basically, hey, you're a poor, haha. Is that what they did again? Those are the different SummerSlam, right?
That was what they did first, but then now it's the opposite. It's Priest basically getting into Gunther's head, something like, "Oh, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna call me poor. You're gonna call me street trash. You're gonna call me a thug. How about I call you white? Or how about I call you rich? Or how about I call you European?"
You some rich white European dude. How about that?
It's like, and that's another thing. There are no good insults in wrestling anymore. Like, I remember years ago, Triple H said the line "skinny fat ass" to Punk. I'm like, how does that make sense?
What a crazy line. He dropped that shit again too for the fucking.
But yo, this match was goofy in all the wrong ways. And then to make matters worse, I had to watch Raw and see why this match was goofy in all the wrong ways. You see Finn backstage after Jackie Redmond is interviewing Gunther. He's like, "Hey, Gunther, I want a world title shot. If it wasn't for me helping you out, you wouldn't be the world champion. So I'm going to ask you for the second time. I want a world title shot." And I'm like, "Yo, where's my gun?
Give me the title or I'll fucking shoot you."
I was so upset at all I did was laugh. And I'm holding my son in my arms and he's sleeping. And I'm like, let me not laugh that hard. But this nigga was just so goofy that I had to laugh that loud. Yo, this is getting a bad. This whole match was a bad. This whole angle was a bad. Again, when I say make Gunther look vulnerable, I mean, like, you know, a loss or two on free TV is not going to hurt. But don't make this man look stupid on television.
I mean, he the world champion. He'd be losing that all right now.
I mean,
supposed world
no. He'd be winning matches. He just smoked Dominic Mysterio, and Dominic had him bleeding from his chest. But that's the thing. That's the kind of vulnerability I'm asking for. We can't have this man looking so fucking invincible, but don't make him look stupid.
You know, they're better at
that was my issue, is that they have made him look stupid going into this build. It's like, haha, you got outsmarted. Haha, you got outsmarted backstage. You know, that's the crazy shit. So they're teasing the whole thing of Marcel Barthel and Walter breaking up, but you know, Gunther, he wants to stroke his dick. He wants to stroke his ego. Like, do I feel like a fighting champion? And Marcel Barthel is looking at him. He's having second thoughts, but he has to tell him yes, otherwise he's gonna get chopped to death. And then Gunther's like, ha ha ha. He's like Vince McMahon if he won Mr. Universe. He's like, ha ha. Puts his muscle up like this, just walks around strutting. He sees Damian Priest signing autographs, and then he goes to assault him. And what does Damian Priest do? He does one judo throw. Gunther's out, and he goes back to sign autographs.
Oh, damn. They got him looking like that. Damn, that's crazy.
This is what I mean. Like, again, let's make him look vulnerable, but let's not make him look so dumb. If you make Gunther dumb, he doesn't look like a legitimate champion. He looks like a paperweight. And the champion is just what's holding him.
I mean, it's Gunther, so as long as he bring the goods in the ring, I think it's fine.
No, that's the thing. He does. It's the character that they're doing with him is just so why? All right, well, main event time. Men's War Games match. It is CM Punk teaming up with the OG bloodline of Roman Reigns, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, and Sami Zayn taking on Big Bronson Reed, with Bloodline 2000 being Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa. Longest match of the fucking night, and I only say that because the OG Bloodline and Punk got their own fucking entrances. 41 minutes and 55 seconds. Do these niggas think that we wrestle in Tokyo no matches? Let's bring this home. Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah. So I talked about earlier with the women's War Games matches, and we talked about some of the spots and the contrived setups that they had in that. I said it. WWE is a set piece company, and what I mean by saying that is that they like matches like, especially matches like this, are largely predicated around big moments. I mean, yes, your average wrestling match is predicated around big spots, but like in these particular terms, because WWE does the cinema, these matches are predicated around these big spots and set pieces. Like I said, the Tiffy cash-in moment in the women's, this match had things like the Usos coming back together for the first time as a tag team, and the big one that I think everybody's probably talking about is fucking CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and look at them butting heads, and then they come together in the War Games match and they pick it up and whatever. But like, yeah, my issue is that, again, I said it earlier, they will often have these big set piece ideas, and shit, for the most part in this match, when the set piece ideas all happened, I liked them in the moment and thought they were fine and cool for the most part. Some I thought were a little corny. Like the one where fucking Roman and CM Punk are arguing in the cage as the match is going on, and they have to be like cajoled into working together, was dumb to me, but whatever. But other than that, like for the most part, I thought the spots all hit well. It's just that sometimes in between that, there's just, especially in these main events, there's so much nothing going on. So much just plotting and because this is a WWE War Games match, is prancing around and doing a couple weapon shots. Like the best parts of this match were fucking Bronson and Jacob Fatu were just running amok, killing people. Because like that's the closest thing to like actual classic War Games this felt like. And even in terms of modern WWE War Games, like the closest it felt to just like all action, crazy shit going on. Like this man, Young Wolf, Sapphire. But yeah, the MVPs of this particular match for sure were Bronson and Jacob Fatu. But I mean, again, the other stuff surrounding it, like everybody got their spot to shine with Sammy Uso and the Usos going together. I'll give a shout out to Jimmy Uso. Fucking the Usos are a great tag team. Like they were working together in this match and then doing shit, and like that. That's another point where the in betweens picked up when the Usos were sort of running shit. And it's like, shit. Jay has taken off so much as the Yeetman that I have kind of forgotten what it's like to see the Usos work together as a team, because it's just been him for a while now. So I haven't really seen Usos matches on WWE pay-per-views, but seeing them again was like, yeah, these guys are good. But other than that, the ending set piece where Solo is standing in front of everybody and it's just like, never acknowledge you. And then they just kill him. They all jump him and hit their finishers on him. It was like, all right, right on the nose. And they landed, and Roman wins, and this nigga did not get the chili peppers back. That's crazy, but they won the match. So I give it a good 3 stars. TJ, you basically won a New Japan cage match style in a way. I mean, that was crazy, and it ultimately ended a nigga's career. So you don't have to do that. But,
I mean, it didn't have to be like that type of scenario. Like we weren't asking for a Hanare death-defying career-ending match. honestly, what I kind of wanted out of this was blood. And that's probably the one thing that has been a pretty big letdown. And that's another thing that bothered me before I get to the match. Everybody in their mama said that this pay-per-view was mid.
Okay.
And even WWE admitted to themselves that, yeah, this was pretty much, I'm like, hold on. Shut up. This is a big 4, big 5 pay-per-view. And you're really admitting on the media scrum that this meant nothing to you?
Damn. That's crazy.
So I'm watching this match, and all I'm thinking to myself was, man, this shit finna be long as fuck. And it's going to suck. Because none of this made any sense. Bronson Reed had no purpose being here. CM Punk absolutely had no purpose being here. And just, I like both of those guys. I'm happy that they got to participate in this match. Yay, whoop-de-doo. Only because for me, I never got to see CM Punk in a blood and guts match. Ever.
He would have ruled in a blood and guts match.
You know how perfect that would have been for him? Because he would have just been bleeding himself and everybody else.
Oh my God.
And that's the biggest problem that I have with WWE. It's like, yo, bro, I get that y'all want to bleed and all that shit, but hey, this is a fucking match where everybody needs to bleed. There's no, we cannot play it safe here. Stop playing it safe.
It's not that company, bro. It's not.
I know it's not that company, but still, it's like take chances, take risks. I understand you can't do it for the women, even if it was like, oh, they did it the hard way. Why would it fucking matter to any of you? I don't see trainers going in there fucking stopping the match because, oh, blood. I would never see that. You want to know why? Because they wouldn't allow that shit. Why are we not seizing this opportunity? I don't care how TV PG we are. Why are we not seizing the opportunity right here, right now, to get the older demographic on our side and get edgier with this shit? It didn't have to be for the women. You could have done it for the men. The men here would have benefited so much more if you just let them fucking do their shit. And it's not even like they did their shit. They did WWE shit. Because this is what WWE basically told them to do. Problem number 2. You know who could have benefited from this more? Oh, I don't know. Say Hikuleo, Lance and Hawaii. You know, guys that are signed to this company. Guys that have ties to the families. Guys that relate to what...
I don't know. They might not fuck with Hikuleo like that. I don't know.
I really don't care. The fact that you still signed this man, it's like, dude, he still would have been protected. Because look at the amount of people that would have been helping him. It's not just his team, it's everyone else. This is a team effort, right? Everyone is going to help each other. And everyone was going to help carry fucking Hikuleo over in War Games. But the problem is you didn't do it. Let's just say, oh, let's get a guy from New Zealand. Oh, we need a guy from New Zealand. He has the same tattoos as them. I didn't make any sense. Oh, let's add Punk because he's related to Paul because we wanted to make Seth Rollins the red herring. If I wanted Seth Rollins to be the red herring, just dress him up as a monster and I'll unmask him.
It's not very funny, Jones.
I'm literally livid by the entire build of this whole show. This whole show was just terrible ass build. Terrible. And then this match, again, the fact that it was nearly 42 minutes, it's like everyone was probably telling themselves, hey, at least Seth Rollins was not in the match. I was telling myself that. But then everyone was like, hey, Cody Rhodes is not in this match or in this pay-per-view. Yay! But then everyone was like, wait, where is the champion?
Who the fuck was the world champion? What the fuck?
It raises again, it goes back to raising the question of, do you really need this many War Games matches in this one event? Like, again, one could benefit it all because you just need that story that's going to culminate in that match. It didn't work here because why could it? Why would it? They have fucked this whole thing up 3 ways from Sunday.
It is what it is.
There is no coming back from this. There's not. You could have just, again, could have added Hikuleo. You could have added Lance and Hawaii. It would have made sense because guess what? It's a family affairs situation. It's family warfare. And the fact that this fucking dumb fuck named Joe Hawaii Roman Reigns beats Solo Sikoa and doesn't get the Ula Father for his fucking self.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?
You tweaking, bro. Why you ain't do that?
Like, I have seen so much stupidity. No, we have seen all the stupidity in pro wrestling over all these years. I mean, we talked about a bracelet for 3 months.
Oh, that was ass.
And you mean to tell me?
Ass.
You mean to tell me the original tribal chief, the man that was carrying this company on his back for almost 4 years with those fucking belts, that got himself over with that and became a baby face out of all that. You mean to tell me out of those 4 fucking years, you beat Solo and you don't get your Ula Falafel back? My nigga, who booked this shit?
That's crazy. Young Wolf says, bro, the day Darby gets in the blood and guts, it's over. He's going to die, or at least attempt it. Byron says, after tonight's Raw, Drew McIntyre is winning the Royal Rumble. Good for him.
Darby was in a blood and guts. He almost set Jungle Boy on fire, and he begged and pleaded for a TNT title shot. What are you talking about? Are you on drugs?
Drogas. Oh, yeah, he was. I thought that was Anarchy in the Arena, but you're right. You know what this show needed? This show needed some Kairi Hojo. Yeah, sure. The show did need some Kairi. Why wasn't she there? Oh, yeah, I think she's hurt. Drew is becoming a 4-time champion. All right.
No, because she wrestled earlier.
Did she?
On Raw, yeah, she did.
Oh, so then why the fuck wasn't she in it?
I don't know, man. I guess reasons.
What the hell? All right. Whatever. All right, WWF. Whatever.
If y'all wanted to do tribal combat, it just would have made sense.
Nah,
what's crazy?
Too. I was super
crazy? The only good things that we did get out of it, yeah, Bronson Reed and Jacob Fatu were the ultimate stars here. But you know what we got out of it? We mostly got Punk and Fatu wrestling each other. And that's something you can never take away from us, you fucking company.
That was cool. Like Punk doing the bulldog onto the toolbox and then Jacob no selling it because I'm Samoan, you dipshit, was awesome. That was cool.
I have hard head.
Yeah, I'm fucking Samoan. So yeah, that was cool.
That was cool indeed. All right. It's time for our great going into this goddamn pay-per-view. Mind you, this is the final WWE pay-per-view before of the year. Then next time will be the Royal Rumble. So go ahead, man. Best match, worst match, overall grade of the show.
Indeed, I will say the best match of the night definitely goes to the triple threat with Braun Breaker, Ludwig Kaiser, Marcel Bartel, and Sheamus. Worst match of the night, I guess, would probably be, I guess it's between Gunther and Priest or I guess Gunther and Priest, which is process of elimination. I actually thought this was a decent show overall. Like, nothing was like super standout great aside from like the triple threat, but nothing was like too terrible either. So whatever. Yeah, Gunther and Priest is the worst match of the night. Overall grade, I'll give this a solid C+. Just because, like, as you know, as decent as the matches were, this show was still 3.5 hours, and it absolutely did not need to be. And while I did think this was paced better than a lot of their shows have been, like I just keep thinking back to how fucking excruciating Money in the Bank was, for example. It's horrible pacing on that show, but like it's still like there's this account on Twitter now that's fucking keeping track of the wait times in between matches on WWE pay-per-views, and people are mad at it. But it's like, look at this. Why is there 20 minutes in between every fucking match damn near? Why? There's no reason for that.
There's none. And what's stupid about it is within those 20 minutes that you could have used, instead of basically like, oh, let's film a segment backstage that we're not going to show on the show, but on the internet. You could have been doing that, but you didn't do that. You said ad. Exactly.
It would be one thing if you were padding out this time. It would still probably not be great, but it'd be one thing if you were padding it out with like, you know, actual like promos or something. Get fucking R-Truth or whoever the fuck back there cutting promos for whatever. But yeah, well, most of the time it's just fucking ads, and it's like, bro, I am here to watch a pay-per-view or a premium live event. This is just another fucking TV show.
Is that at the end of the day, the WWE marks are going to be like, see, our pay-per-views last less than you guys with 4 hours. We had 3.5. I don't give a fuck. That's still too long. And I damn near as that bullshit.
This is only what 30 minutes less than the last AEW pay-per-view with 5 matches versus it was what 9-10 on Full Gear.
Yeah,
like, nigga, give me action. Fuck are you talking about? This is a premium live event. This is a pay-per-view. Give me action. Fuck all this filler.
Best match of the night definitely is going to the Intercontinental Championship match. I would have given it a go, but this is the fucking WWE show where they make movies and you fight in tribal combat, and we just give random rappers hardcore titles, which I'm still getting my lawyers for that on. Heavy hitting match. I just love how the Intercontinental Championship is going back to the prestige that it should be, which is the workhorse belt. Let it continue be that way. I was really about to give the worst match of the night to the United States title, but after everything that took place in that main event and Roman not getting his fucking Red Hot Chili Pepper Ula Fala Hala guys chain back, fuck you. You just beat Solo for no reason. And you didn't even get your shit back. So what are we doing here? What? Oh, we just are winning with CM Punk? Cool. Here's a news flash. Everyone could do that, though. Just get what you were supposed to get. I thought you were supposed to be the original tribal chief, not Solo's bitch still. Yeah, this is the worst match of the night. I'm getting sick of the bloodline shit. It's so annoying. It's like, this is the pecking order. It's Eva Marie, Seth Rollins, the Bloodline, the Dirt, Tony Khan, his drug addiction, and then everything else.
This is such a weird assortment of things and people. I don't understand.
I don't know, man. I hate a lot of things in wrestling. You gave it a C+. I'm going to stay with you on that same letter. I will give it a solid C, which will stay in the C+ category. Again, it was not a bad pay-per-view, but it was one of those where even WWE had to admit it on their press conferences that it was not really nothing for us to, get amped up about because we got other things going forward in the near future. So this wasn't a very big moment for us. We just gave it to you guys just to give it to you guys. And it's like, wow, how disrespectful. Might as well just fucking pull the plug on this pay-per-view if that's the case then. Because if you just blatantly
they almost did.
if you're blatantly telling us you don't give a fuck, oh man, you guys need help. You guys seriously need the fucking help. It looks like there's been enough talk. There has been enough fucking recapping of this shit. For it is time to bring it home here on the Ramblemania show. The Great One will be back tomorrow night for Come Tuesday TV. He will be sitting there watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Go to school. Or
I think it's Yu-Gi-Oh! GX tomorrow, guys. I think it's Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I'm feeling.
Luckily, it's not the Yu-Gi. It's not season 0 yet because we're saving that for when I return.
Nah, yeah, season 0 is for when Hazel goes back. I might fuck around, dude. I at least find that one Western episode of 5Ds because that shit was crazy. I'm telling you, a revolver that turned into a dual disc.
Revolver Ocelot will be so fucking happy. Also, don't forget about all the other streams that these guys got coming up during the week. The next time you see me, I will be back for World's End. We will not be going live from Ring of Honor Final Battle. For this man will be in attendance at the show, and I'm probably gonna be busy with my son there. So yeah, World's End will be when I will be making my return for the title. So yeah. But anyways, TJ, it is now time for you to tell all the Ramblemaniacs and all the BC aliens where to find us.
Indeed, you. Y'all already know where to find us. Find us on Instagram at Ramblemania Show, at Banter Club Podcast. Find us on Twitter at Ramblemania, Facebook.com/Ramblemania Show. Also find a group there, Ramblemania Show's Banter Club, where we and the other wrestlers podcasters, everybody we associated with, plus all that going on, all that's going down. Far as audio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere podcasts are found, search Ramblemania Show or Banter Club. As far as visuals, Twitch.tv/Ramblemania Show. We're on Spotify video. We are on YouTube, search Ramblemania Show or Banter Club. And of course, when you get there, like the videos, click subscribe, and click the bell so that when the new content drops, it goes straight to you. As far as me personally, find me on Instagram at TJ the Great. When that's TJ the GR, the number 8, the number 1. Find me on Twitter at TJ the Great. That's TJ the GR, the number 8. It is as simple as that. Oh, you're muted.
TJ the Great.
You damn right.
As always, you can follow me on Instagram at iZombies, iZombies. Thank you for everyone for watching the stream and for joining the chat. Once again, I will see you all at World's End. So, that being said, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and all that bullshit. For TJ the Great, I'm Hazel the iZombie. This has been the WWE Survivor Series War Games live review here on the Ramblemania Show. We want to wish all of you out there a point and goodies. Yeah. Hey, two fucking sweets.
Backhand side, any good fights, and a good night. Guns up.
Now go home and smoke some more.